The Trump administration is outlining the terms of a proposed new nuclear deal with Iran. America's top diplomat is threatening what he calls the strongest sanctions in history if Iran does not comply. Iran is predictably dismissive. Correspondent Rich Edson has specifics from the State Department tonight.
The United States will implement an aggressive campaign to economically isolate and punish Iran.
These will indeed end up being the strongest sanctions in history when we are complete.
Borrowing a tactic and even a name from the administration's North Korea policy, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo promises an historic pressure campaign against Iran. State Department officials say they will continue working with allies to create a global coalition to counter Iran. Secretary Pompeo also warned companies from allied countries conducting business with Iran that the United States would penalize them if they continued working with Iran. All part of what the administration says is a robust strategy to address Iran's behavior beyond nuclear activity.
We will track down Iranian operatives and their Hezbollah proxies operating around the world, and we will crush them. Iran will never again have carte blanche to dominate the Middle East.
Pompeo listed a dozen U.S. demands. Among them, Iran must abandon its nuclear work in perpetuity, provide international inspectors unqualified access, halt its ballistic missile program, release detained Americans, and end support for Middle East militant groups. In exchange, the secretary says the U.S. would lift sanctions and welcome Iran's return to the global economy. In response, Iran's foreign minister tweeted, quote, U.S. diplomacy sham is merely a regression to old habits, imprisoned by delusions and failed policies, dictated by corrupt special interest. It repeats the same wrong choices and will thus reap the same ill rewards. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, speaking just ahead of Secretary Pompeo, says a larger agreement addressing all of Iran's aggressive behavior won't be very easy to achieve in a reasonable time. Brett?
Rich Edson at the State Department. Rich, thank you.